How we doing? Empty shed. I've been doing a lot of A to B again, using the wheelbarrow, using the truck from my old man cave to my new man cave. I'll show you that later. I didn't realise, and I think we're all guilty of this, I was finding stuff in here that I didn't remember I had because I sort of stacked on top of stuff, and so, hey, it's a bit of a habit, isn't it? But got to the point now where, yeah, that's got to stay here because I will do the strimming in a minute. Grass keeps growing, whether I want it to or not, to be honest with you. But I hope you're all smiling and I hope you're all happy. The world's a better place for it. But I've got to clean the rest of this out because this is going to be the garden shed, where I can put all the garden tools and all the pots and feeds and bits and pieces, which again, I'll show you that later. Because I'm using what is usable space in the polytunnel to store the junk that we all need, pots and the like. So all of that in there is going to come in here. All of what was in here is going to the workshop. I've got my steps in over the last 2 or 3 days. But anyway, I'm going to crack on. No, I'm not. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to crack on with that in a minute. But this is actually important for me. I wander in here to see what I've got. And hey, presto. That one I do. Yep, another strawberry. I do, I love them. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. Anyway, I need to get on with this. I'll show you the end result. Muttering to myself, I do apologise. Basically, that's probably useless, but that's a coupler, so that'll come in handy. As you can see, ta-da, bit more respectable. Right, this is the last load that's got to go from here to the new man cave. Then we've got to get the stuff from the polytunnel into the shed. There's just there's no stopping this in this world. Yes, I'm determined. Yes, I soldier on. This process has taken me, by the time I get it done, 3, nearly 4 days. You'll see where some of the time's been absorbed when I show you the man cave. But it's just been kind of non-stop. Needs to be done. Part of the construction is to get the workshop up there. But I do feel, I don't know about you guys, but I do feel at times this is like the boring stuff. It's not, to me, it's not important, but it kind of is. So we just keep going backwards and forwards, but this is the last load. Yep, thought I had the microphone on. No, I didn't. Protective clothing on a hot day, not good, but just sort of saying, quick interlude, got to get the strimming done, because grass grows regardless, and I know it's going to be hot, but it's a good workout, and basically I'm just trying to explain what I've just said. But she should start, I don't know, maybe the second time, but I think this time it's the third time. And that's the strimming done. With the leggings, the jacket, everything. Look at me. I'm soaked. And it's Luckily it didn't rain, but I leaked enough for it to rain. I've got the water in to do, got the girls to feed, I've got me to feed, and guess what? I've run out today again. I'll have to see you in the morning. And in the morning, grass has been drying off, and I don't rake up that often. I normally just let it go back into the ground, but every so often I do have a rake up, and the reason I do the raking up is so that I can actually get some green grass in the compost. And obviously working on the logic with composting, trying to do the green brown as best I can, but I mix it up as best I can and just let it fester. Occasionally chuck a can of water in there just to help it along, but no mixing, as you saw in a previous video. Look at that lovely moon with shy flowers and that beautiful blue sky, all that energy going in those solar panels, and everything is really coming to life. Over in the background now, you can sit there and see the water tank. I'm filling that up so that I can draw up more from the river, and this is the surprising bit. It only seems like yesterday that I earthed them up and put another tyre ring on, and I'm going to be earthing them up again today. They're doing really well, and garlic in there is doing really well, and over here even my garlic is doing extremely well. The onions are coming up real good. The elephant garlic, more garlic, and the 2 beds of what is going to be a gluttonous amount of strawberries. And to help get the gravity going, to drop the water down, we bring that down, get the water running. Come on. And there we go. That's running very slow. So that'll take about an hour and a half to fill up. But I'll be dropping down from up there, filling this up, then pumping water up again. And then we get on to the next task. The next task, sorting that junk out. Got to keep the cardboard. Cardboard starts fires and things, so I've just got to find somewhere else to put it, because we need to get all of this area, this shelving out, and this is where the plant room will be. All the solar business end, all the stuff that's in the caravan, it's all going to go in here on a nice wall, so that it's protected from the weather. It'll be insulated for the winter, things like that. So I've got to sort all this bit out. Oh dear, it never stops, but I love it. Finally, another little job done. Take it off the list. This area's been cleared out now, and it's ready to have on this wall here. Build a frame, insulation, and then all of the solar business end that's in the caravan will come in here. And basically the magic happens. Sun to electricity on this wall. And due to a very dear friend of mine, and you know who you are, suggesting that I do too much. As I said, not saying too much, but I'm so focused on my goal here that sometimes I neglect myself. As many an evening I finish work and I can't be bothered to eat, and then that's when sort of sandwich, biscuits, all the easy to just grab and eat stuff comes to town, and it's not conducive to a healthy, balanced lifestyle. So what we need to do is, we've been working hard. We've nearly got to the point where the man cave is finished, and I was right. And then we have my summer work coming up, and that's very soon. So that means I'm going to be away from here. That's why I've been trying my hardest to put so much into here. But I need to have a breather. Thank you. Time for a break. Two very, very happy girls. Morning, world. How you doing? I hope you're smiling and I hope you're happy, because look at that view, and there's a couple of girls there that are having a time of their life on the beach. And yeah, I'm definitely smiling and I'm definitely happy. Finally got myself a little break away from the chores of construction. So that wonderful friend of mine, thank you, because you inspired me to have a day off. And here I am in the morning. I've come down to a place in the Gower Peninsula of South Wales. It's called Oxwich Beach. There's a there's barely a soul around. The girls are having a time of their life, and that just fills me with smiles. And the camper, because you can park on the beach here, but it's not open yet because I'm a little bit early. But the camper is right down there in the distance, just waiting for the gates to be opened. But there we go. What a glorious, glorious morning. With a little bit of that, little bit of that, and a whole lot of that. And with a view like that, whilst having that, mm, what a wonderful way to start the day. Very nice way. Got the girls, and I've had a run, as you said. I've got my food from home, butcher sausages and rolls, cup of coffee, staring at that. Love my trees, change the scenery, good for the soul, good for the heart, good for the mind. Anyway, I'm going to have my breakfast now while staring at that. Enjoy. Good morning. How are you doing? A little bit of morning relaxation. The reason this, well, needs to be done. Preparing for winter. It's only May. But, yeah, we must. I've got plenty of mint. And, you know, part of trying to be as self-sufficient as possible, It's a case of growing what we can. We can use it fresh, but then when the fresh stops, oh, I'll be back on that one. There we go. What do? Preserve. So, being that I've got obviously plenty of mint, we're preserving the mint along with the strawberries and anything else we can. So, dehydration time. This job, due to the time it takes, I need these down. Yeah, I like to get this going first thing in the morning because it can take anything from 8, 10, even 12 hours. So I don't want to be doing this overnight. That one's not too good. But yeah, all I do, cut mint fresh in the morning, pick my strawberries, what strawberries are available, put in a pot what I'm going to eat that day, and then the rest of them get dehydrated. That's on my early strawberries. When the main crop comes in, then we'll be talking about jams and the like. Again, preserving my fruit. Lovely. This is the spearmint one. Oh, it is lovely. And so what we do is I do the morning rounds. Oh, that's quite a strong one as well. I cut about halfway down and leave the rest on the plant. You don't want the leaves to be too old or too battered. Keep them, the young, the fresh ones, and you get the strength. Believe me. But there we go. We've almost got this lot done. And then once we've got these dried, which will be this evening, then I get on to the next stage. And I'm going to put that bit there. One more. And then we're done. So we get these on the trays and we get them in. You can hear in the background, I've already got the dehydrator running because I've got a tray of strawberries. Because they take longer than these leaves. But beautiful. All we do, 4 stacks there, and then there we go. As you can see, another tray of strawberries. I'll settle down. These can go on top, and that is winter food. So far, these are the strawberries that I've done. I've seen in a previous video, but I'll get one out to show you. Here we go. Absolutely stunning, they are. And the initial with these, you don't go, I've wasted my time. Once your saliva and gets into that strawberry, it just explodes with flavour. Oh, no, it was good. So that's how I'm preserving the strawberries. Winter fruit, homegrown. And then using the grinder, once the leaves are well and truly dry, they go into Moroccan mint. They go into there, as you can see, and it makes a beautiful dried. I'll leave that there for the moment because I'm not ready for the next stage. A beautifully dried mint. And then, not wanting to waste anything, old spice jars, the old spice pots. Never waste them. They've been soaking in hot, very hot, soapy water. And we get them out, lids and all, everything gets cleaned. There we go. That's just one to show you for now. Once I've got those dried, that goes into there. There we go. Label on the front. Jobs are good. And this is part of my morning routine now that we are getting the produce, along with trying to do the construction side and maintain as best I can my what I call off-grid alternative side, the gardening, the maintenance, the chores. Never not busy. But I have some people saying, oh, it'd be nice to sit down and do nothing. You know, that gets boring after a while. Mindset, that's what that is. Anyway, clearing this lot up. That's doing its business there. I can get on with the day. Butterfingers. Oh, I'll do one at a time. It's too hot to do too much thinking. Struggling on thinking in front due to the bloody weather. And this, all my scrap timber, this is the last bit of 6x2 that come from the veranda. These are bits and pieces. I think these were bearers on pallets at one stage. Some leftover 4x2 from the building a long time back that I don't get rid of anything. Some ply, a couple of pallets. I think I've got enough to be able to complete the task I want to finish off my man cave. But you're going to have to wait until next week for that. Sorry about that, but we're running out of time on this one. Chicken logos up there. Those of you that do, those of you thinking, and those of you that continue, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Remember, folks, the comments I do, I love those comments. You see for yourself, I interact with you all. And I have what hopefully is my final hurdle on getting my man cave ready to be a man cave. See you next week, folks. Ta-da.